For years, we've been told to drink a large glass of water right before bed for optimal hydration. It sounds healthy, right? But what if that single piece of advice is the very thing destroying your deep sleep? That late-night glass of water is just one of 5 common hydration mistakes that modern science is urging us to reconsider. We are about to correct them so you can finally sleep through the night without interruption. And the 4th one will change how you look at water forever. Waking up in the middle of the night feels like a tax on getting older. The house is dark, the world is quiet, and you are wide awake, making that familiar, frustrating trip down the hall. It shatters your sleep into useless fragments, robbing you of the deep, restorative rest your body and mind crave. You don't just lose sleep, you lose the next day's energy, focus, and clarity. The conventional wisdom says this is unavoidable, but that wisdom is wrong. The problem isn't your age, it's a simple misunderstanding of how your body uses water. Your body is an intelligent system, not a faulty machine. When it wakes you, it's sending a signal, telling you that something in your daily rhythm is out of sync. For millions, that signal is tied to a few seemingly harmless habits. The good news is that once you understand the signal, you can change the outcome. You can learn to work with your body's design. If you believe in finding profound, practical wisdom for a better life, take a moment to subscribe and click the bell. This channel is dedicated to finding those small shifts that lead to extraordinary results. Let's begin with the biggest offender, the habit most of us believe is healthy. We call it the bedtime gulp. This is that full glass of water on the nightstand consumed minutes before you turn out the lights. We do it with the best intentions, thinking we're taking care of our health. In reality, we are setting a timer for our own sleep disruption. Why is this specific habit so damaging? Imagine pouring a bucket of water into a small kitchen funnel. It overflows, unable to process the volume all at once. Your kidneys operate on a similar principle. During the day, they are active and efficient, but as evening approaches, your body's internal clock signals a change. It releases a crucial hormone known as vasopressin, which tells your kidneys to slow down urine production, allowing you to sleep for long, uninterrupted stretches. When you gulp a large glass of water just before bed, you ambush this natural process. The hormone signal is drowned out. Your kidneys are forced into emergency overtime, filling your bladder and sending that urgent alarm to your brain. The solution isn't about drinking less water overall, it's about timing. The fix is a simple but powerful boundary, the 2-hour rule. Make it a non-negotiable goal to stop all significant fluid intake at least 2 hours before your head hits the pillow. This gives your body the time it needs to process what you've already consumed and prepare for a night of deep rest. This single change can be transformative. But what if this late-night thirst is just a symptom of a much bigger mistake you're making all day long? This brings us to the second, less obvious error that sets the stage for failure. We call it the daytime drought followed by the evening flood. Consider your typical day. Do you sip water consistently? Or do you get busy, distracted, and suddenly realize at dinner time that you've barely had a thing to drink? When this happens, our survival instincts take over. We feel a powerful thirst and try to compensate by drinking massive amounts of water in just a few short hours before bed. We are trying to solve an 8-hour problem in a 2-hour window. This creates the exact conditions for sleep disruption. It's a vicious cycle of daytime neglect followed by nighttime overcorrection. The key is to completely shift your hydration schedule forward. The fix is to front-load your fluids. Your goal is to consume the majority of your daily water, roughly 75% of it, before 3 in the afternoon. Think of your hydration like fueling a ship. You fill the tanks before you leave the harbor, not in the middle of the ocean. Start your day with a glass of water upon waking. Keep a bottle nearby and take small, consistent sips. By the time evening arrives, you are already well hydrated. That desperate late-night thirst simply disappears. You satisfy your body's needs during its most active hours, not create a crisis for it during its quiet ones. But even if you get the timing right, the way you drink can still undo all your hard work. This leads to the third common mistake, the guzzler's gambit. This happens when you chug a full glass of water in seconds, often after exercise or when you suddenly feel parched. We think faster is better, but for hydration, speed is your enemy. When you guzzle water, much of it passes right through your system without being properly absorbed. It floods the kidneys and is quickly routed to the bladder. It's the illusion of hydration. Think of watering a bone-dry potted plant. If you dump a pitcher of water on it at once, most of it runs straight out the bottom. But if you water it slowly, the soil has a chance to absorb every drop. Your body is the same. Guzzling is a flash flood, not a nourishing rain. The fix is to become a conscious sipper. This means changing the act of drinking from a thoughtless task into a mindful habit. Instead of chugging, take smaller, more deliberate sips throughout your day. This gives your cells time to absorb the fluid effectively. When you sip, water is absorbed more gradually into your bloodstream, where it can be transported to do its real work. It might feel different at first, but try this. Keep a glass on your desk and take just 1 or 2 small sips every 15 minutes. You'll find you stay perfectly hydrated, but without the bloating and urgency that comes from guzzling. So you're timing your water correctly, and you're sipping, not guzzling. But what if the very water you're sipping is missing a crucial ingredient for absorption? This brings us to our fourth mistake, the one that surprises nearly everyone. We call it the pure water fallacy. For decades, we've believed that pure, plain water is the gold standard. While it's vital, it's not the complete story. Drinking very large amounts of plain water, especially if you're active, can be less effective than we think. For your body to truly absorb water and move it from your bloodstream into your cells, it needs help. It needs electrolytes. These are minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. They act like tiny keys that unlock your cells, allowing water to enter. When you drink large quantities of pure water alone, you can dilute the concentration of these vital minerals. This can cause the water to pass right through you without delivering its full benefit. The fix isn't to stop drinking water, it's to embrace the electrolyte edge. This doesn't mean buying sugary sports drinks. The solution is remarkably simple. One of the most effective ways to upgrade your hydration is to add a tiny pinch of natural salt, like sea salt or Himalayan salt, to your first glass of water in the morning. Just a pinch. That small amount of sodium provides the electrolyte charge to help your body absorb water far more efficiently all day long. A squeeze of lemon can add potassium. By starting your day this way, you're not just drinking water, you're giving your body the tools to use it. This leads to deeper, sustained hydration that lasts for hours. Now that your body is absorbing water perfectly, how do you stop sabotaging that process in the final hours before bed? This leads to our fifth and final mistake, hidden hydration sabotage. This is when we carefully follow all the rules for water, but forget that many other things we consume contain significant fluid. We stop drinking water 2 hours before bed, but then have a large bowl of soup for a late dinner. Or we enjoy a juicy orange as a bedtime snack. Or we unwind with a cup of herbal tea, thinking it's a harmless ritual. While these things can be healthy, they still contribute to the total fluid load your body has to process overnight. Worse yet, some of these hidden fluids are diuretics, substances that tell your body to produce more urine. The most common are caffeine and alcohol. A glass of wine in the evening directly counteracts your body's effort. Even some innocent herbal teas, like hibiscus, can have a mild diuretic effect. The solution is to develop evening awareness. It's about looking at everything you consume in the last few hours before bed with a new perspective. Ask yourself, how much liquid is in this? Could this be working against my goal of uninterrupted sleep? This doesn't mean you can never have soup for dinner. It just means being mindful of timing. Enjoy that tea a little earlier, closer to your 2-hour cutoff. It's about recognizing that hydration is the sum of everything you consume, not just what's in your water glass. So, let's put the system together.
The path to sleeping through the night isn't about a magic pill, it's about 5 wise adjustments. You stop the bedtime gulp with the 2-hour rule. You avoid the daytime drought by front-loading your hydration. You quit the guzzler's gambit and become a conscious sipper. You move past the pure water fallacy with the electrolyte edge. And you stop hidden hydration sabotage by developing evening awareness. These 5 habits work in harmony with your body's design. Of course, real life presents challenges. A very common concern is, but I get a very dry mouth at night. I need water on my nightstand. This is a valid point. The solution is precision. Keep a small amount of water by your bed, but if you wake up, take only 1 or 2 tiny sips, just enough to moisten your mouth without sending a large volume to your bladder. Often, you'll find that as you get better at front-loading your fluids during the day, nighttime dry mouth may lessen on its own. Another frequent question is about medication. I have to take pills right before bed. What do I do? Health comes first. Never skip your medication. The key is to use the absolute minimum amount of water necessary to swallow your pills safely. 1/4 cup is often plenty. This small amount is highly unlikely to trigger a full bladder response, allowing you to follow your doctor's instructions without sacrificing your sleep. Finally, what about evening exercise? I finish my workout late and I have to rehydrate. Absolutely. Rehydrating after exercise is crucial. The principles still apply, but with adjustment. Begin rehydrating immediately after your workout, but do it with conscious sips, not gulps. Try to get most of it done as quickly as you can to still honor a portion of that 2-hour buffer before bed. Even a 90-minute fluid-free window is better than none. Including electrolytes in this post-workout water will also speed up absorption and help you recover faster.
The journey from broken sleep to restorative rest begins not with a drastic overhaul, but with a single, conscious choice. You can continue the old cycle of late-night hydration and frustrating interruptions, or you can decide to try just one of these habits. Start tonight, just one. Move your last glass of water to 2 hours before bedtime. That's it. See how it feels. See what your body tells you. This is the essence of wisdom, making small, intentional changes that create profound results. You hold the power to reclaim your nights, to restore your energy, and to wake up feeling truly alive. This isn't about getting older, it's about getting wiser.